there, and they say yeah, and they say there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them say that.
Ludacris going in on the verse, cause I never been defeated and I won't stop now. Keep your hands up, get them in the sky for the homies that ain't making it and my folks locked down. I never went nowhere, what they saying Luda's back. Blame it on that, the hood call it Ludic. And I'm on this foolish track, so I spit my foolish flow. My hands go up and down like go. My verses still be serving, tight like a million. This last time on a college remix, now I'm on the original version. Can't never count me out, y'all better count me in. Got 20 bank accounts, accountants count me in. Make millions every year, the South's champion. Cause all I do, all I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they say there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
Swerving in my low, head on the swivel, you know serving me's a no-no. Clean as a whistle as I pull out in my Rolls Royce. Yellow bone passenger, they see it, they say, oh boy. Tell Kelly, back it up, my call me loco. Down for, don't make me pull that. Ask you what you laughing at, represent that mud life. Dirty money, you better get your mud right. We come together holding hands and holler mud life. We all in all black, it's like life.
All we do is win.
You riding to what? Cause we riding tonight. Now you riding with me cause you wasn't.
All I do is win.
The Tower of is in Hemisphere Park. Reminders of the International Expo San Antonio hosted years back. It's Friday night and live on 2K Sports. We're going to bring you the NBA and all its excitement. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sideline. Looking at San Antonio, they took the win in their last game against the Mavericks in Dallas.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group.
Now Golden State's starting five. We've got Durant. Howard is out there with Davis. Then it's Curry. And it's Harden in at the 2 spot. Now here's Curry. With his average of more than 32 points a game, he's giving opponents nightmares with his firepower. And the shot is good.
Anthony Davis.
There are very few players you can call game changers on offense, but Clark, Stephen Curry is clearly one of them.
Well, the plus-minus for the Warriors with him on and off the court validates that. It's incredible how much better they are offensively when he's on the floor.
They get the rebound. Iverson dishes to Wade. He lobs it up, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wade.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
And now just over a minute played here in the first.
And Steph Curry, with his deep range and lightning quick release, really unique to our league.
Golden State's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Passes it to Howard. And Davis, here we go. Garnett with the block. No one near James as he lets it go. The basket good off the assist from Wade. LeBron's got 5 points so far.
And speaking of Curry, guys, that quick slingshot release, really one of a kind. For most of us, a quick flick shot like that would be lucky to draw iron, but he's able to do it with pinpoint accuracy. And guys, you know, we've talked about it before, but it bears repeating. Dwight Howard may be the best overall rebounder in the last decade. 5 times out of the last 8 years, he's led the league in rebounding. That's almost impossible to do in the modern NBA.
Howard is still Clark, an efficient rebounder, still prolific in fact, but he's no longer dominant. Last year he had not one 20-plus rebound game. Tell me the last time that happened.
Well, you know, this being Dwight's 12th season in the league, Kevin, a lot of wear and tear on him. I think he's trying to fight through it, and he's still very much more than serviceable. Wants to get a ring, and he's doing his part to try to make that happen.
And here's Shaq. James Harden getting it to go from deep, and the dunk by O'Neal.
Threw it down with authority.
Oh, he can really fly. And you combine that, Clark, with some of the nice penetration, too, and you've got an easy 2 points.
And able to just play well above the rim. I mean, that makes this guy so dangerous when he's in the game.
Garnett wide open. Off target from three-point range. Davis, the pass to Curry. Here's Durant. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
The drive by Iverson. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Iverson's got his first basket of the night. Warriors have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Now the pass to Davis. Harden outside. Durant kicks to Harden. Davis against Garnett. Stolen by Wade. Iverson outside. He kicks it to O'Neal. James dishes to Iverson. T-Wade on the wing. Iverson outside. 6 on the shot clock. Out to Wade. Lets it go from deep. That's good. Great play set up by Iverson. Wade's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. And Golden State also making a change. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Durant. Curry kicks to Howard. Curry against Nash. Fades. And Davis can't get it to go. And Curry is so good with the media because, Greg, he was a media member of himself for so long. You know that as well as anybody. Clark, I don't think he ever tried his hand at broadcasting, though. I can't see him doing that, could you?
Yeah, right,
No.
Right. He probably just drawn on as a broadcaster and would rarely contribute anything of note. Some guys have what it takes to call games, and Steve just doesn't quite scratch me as that kind of guy. No. His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Now Kobe playing Dallas. He was nearly unstoppable. Plenty of space. And the shot is long.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Curry can't get it to go.
No doubt the fight's there. They are trying to battle back, but he's just really struggling this quarter.
But they'll get another chance. For 3, Kobe. Anthony Davis grabs the miss.
Outstanding perimeter defense there. That was a well-contested shot.
Yeah, and you know he takes a lot of pride in his defense.
And Kevin Durant, always in the gym, always working to improve. We asked him where that inspiration and passion originated.
Comes from me being 8 years old and me just saying I wanted to be the best player. You know, first off, at 8 years old, you want to be the best player.
Year-by-year improvements until he became the best player in the league and won an MVP. Now, the challenge, Greg, is to get back to that level after the injuries. Obviously, I think we all feel it is possible for him.
And you're absolutely right, Kevin. I mean, he's definitely proven in terms of the talent, the skill, and athleticism. What we find out now after dealing with the adversity is, does he have the heart and drive and that competitive spirit to be considered still among the very best?
Welcome back, folks. Thank you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to get going once again. Hey, during the break, players getting a chance to refuel and hydrate with some Gatorade as there is more basketball in store. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And Golden State looking at who they've got. Anthony Davis is out there with Anthony. Then it's Chris Paul. Then it's Harden. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. LeBron outside. Garnett up top. Feeds it to Wade. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Iverson with the ball. Now Anthony defending. And Garnett misses. Warriors trail by 6. Well, for James Harden, with his incredible regular season last year, Clark, you knew he was in for a great postseason as well.
And it was a bit of a roller coaster for him in the playoff run. I mean, he could vanish one game, but then explode for 40 in the next.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
And with Harden in the playoffs, it was an all-or-nothing situation at times. He definitely stole some games for Houston in their run to the conference finals. But, man, did he have a rough one when they were eliminated by the Warriors.
Some changes for Golden State. Dwight Howard's checked in for Anthony. Durant comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Curry subbed in for Paul. Iverson against Curry. Garnett with a screen on Curry. The drive by Iverson. Wade on the wing. Lets it go from deep. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And, you know, that tough game for Harden in the conference finals, a dozen turnovers for him, set an NBA record for most turnovers in a playoff game. Not how he wanted to go out, but he showed he can carry a team for stretches during the playoffs.
Durant, no good.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often. And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
The feed to Howard. Garnett with the block. And James with a clear path to the hoop. And he gets it to go. And now it's a 12-point San Antonio lead.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And then in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Kevin Garnett. Then for the Warriors, Leonard, he's checked in for Anthony Davis. Paul George comes in for Kevin Durant. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Curry.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Wade passes to Nowitzki. They double-team Nowitzki. James dishes to Wade. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Let's take this opportunity to show you the teams that have been the best three-point shooting squads over the last 10 games. The Warriors, number 1.
2 shots.
They've been really pleased, Kevin, with their three-point game. It's working better for them thanks to some adjustments they've made in their transition game.
Well, the Spurs just don't go on losing streaks very often, Greg. One perk of being a talented veteran group.
Yeah, how about the Spurs lost 4 games in a row twice last year. Over the last decade before that, Kevin, they had only lost 4 games in a row twice. Unbelievable.
Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And Harden wide open. He shoots. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And that's now 6 points for James Harden. San Antonio leading by 8. Iverson outside. Wade right side. 1:29 left in the second quarter. 6 to shoot. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Harden. Here's Westbrook, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Kawhi Leonard. He's putting up about 20 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. What incredible numbers. He has been a beast.
Impossible to guard right now. When he's on a roll like this, there's not much you can do to stop him.
And Russell Westbrook drops them both. Well, when you think about guards who play without fear or any hesitation, Russell Westbrook is the first of those guys to come to mind.
I tell you what, man, his relentless pursuit and attacking of the goal and his opponent is really something to watch.
Warriors trail by 6. To the inside, here's George. Goes back up, kicks it out to Harden. They get it back. Howard, the pass to Westbrook. Leonard with no one around. Hits the three-point bomb. Leonard's got 7.
Boy, they're knocking down the long-range shots. A lot of those same shots they missed earlier in the first quarter. They still find themselves down here, but they're starting to make some headway into that deficit.
And that one's good. That's 7 points for Russell Westbrook.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
And for Westbrook, he had some high praise. Allen Iverson said he's a huge fan of Westbrook and sees so much of himself in him, mostly due to how they play with heart. I'll tell you the other thing. Allen Iverson always felt,
And you talk about momentum. That sort of action delivers a type of energy to your team that you just can't quantify.
You know what? I'm going to quantify it right now, Clark. And this is a close game, and that was something special.
And really, in a game, you guys, in a game like this, though, when you have a chance to send a message, you do. And boy, did he ever on that play.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. And the first half comes to a close.
Yes, guys, I'm here with Anthony Davis. And Anthony, based on how the game has been going.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Hope you've been enjoying the excitement so far. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. Their biggest lead during the opening period was 5. They didn't stop fighting in the second quarter as they maintained most of their first quarter lead and now lead by 3 at the break. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
They were clearly a better shooting team. Their play calling and execution were on point. It wasn't a dominant performance, but you did get an idea of how efficient they can be. They'll need to continue that kind of shooting if they want to pull away in the second half.
Shaq, what are your thoughts on Golden State?
Well, it was a huge first half for their bench, a.k.a. the others, played pretty good. When you get a boost like this, it always gives the team a lift. Given how well the others are contributing, we'll probably continue to see more minutes for them in the second half. Starters or not, when players are producing, you got to ride them, cowboy.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third.
What a game for LeBron. He's got 10 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
Warriors trail by 3. Garnett out there with LeBron James. Then there's Dwayne Wade. Then there's Shaquille O'Neal. And it's Iverson in at the 1. That's the San Antonio 5. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Harden inside the three-point line. Howard kicks to Curry. The wide open look for Durant. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 3 assists in the game.
And it's just hard to imagine the Spurs without Coach Popovich on the sidelines. He's the longest tenured coach in the NBA and has done so much for this team. Easily one of the best coaches in the history of our league.
That is up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
And really, basketball is about rhythm, and that allows your offense to flow better. Now let's see if they can build on it and keep this lead.
And, Greg, you know, for Popovich being with the Spurs for so long, since 1996, Clark, he is actually the longest tenured coach in all of sports right now.
Amazing, Kevin, and he's done it through winning. I mean, the third fastest coach ever to get to 1,000 wins. You compare his numbers with any coach in any sport, and they stack up as Hall of Fame caliber.
He dishes it to Harden. Back to Curry. Releases. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And here we go. Fast break. Wade's got it. LeBron, no luck.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
And a moment to see numbers for Kevin Durant. Third in scoring, sixth in free throw percentage. And he's a flamethrower from distance. Top 10 in the league in three-point shooting.
You know, to do what he does, you have to have that scorer's mentality. I mean, he knows he's the go-to guy, and everybody else knows it too.
All checked in for the Warriors. And it's Wade with the jam.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
LeBron against Curry. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Warriors trail by 3. Durant just inside the line. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 4 assists now tonight. And you think about Stephen Curry, clearly one of the greatest shooters the league has ever seen. But I think you could make a case that he's the best off-the-dribble three-point shooter in league history. What do you think?
I think he's the best total shot maker shooter we've had in the league. When you look at all aspects of shooting, I don't know if anybody's ever been better.
San Antonio calls timeout.
And for Steph Curry, the light doesn't get any greener. I mean, the only limit is his conscience. I think he does a great job of scoring, but also looking to keep his teammates engaged.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Duncan, he's checked in for O'Neal. Carter comes in for Kevin Garnett. Kobe's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And Nash is subbed in for Iverson. Then for the Warriors, Paul George comes in for Dwight Howard. And it's Carmelo Anthony in for Anthony Davis.
And, you know, when you think back when Curry came into the league, the question was, is he just a scorer or can he play point guard? Well, I think he's more than answered those concerns, and he's gotten a lot better with his decision-making as he's now starting to limit his turnovers.
Clark, another milestone for Kobe Bryant last season. He reached 30,000 points and 6,000 assists, and no one else has ever done that.
Well, it's rare that you see scorers of that volume reach an assist total that high, but I think it speaks to Kobe's passing ability, which is undervalued and overshadowed at times.
Paul dishes to George. For 3, Durant, and that one's good. Durant's got the game tied up here for the Warriors. San Antonio's gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable.
And Kobe Bean Bryant, the only 30,000-point scorer to go along with 6,000 assists. You know, LeBron might be the next in line to join Kobe in that category.
Shots good by Anthony.
Wow, what a clever pass that time by Chris Paul.
For San Antonio, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. LeBron outside. From deep. The long distance 3 is buried. LeBron's got 15 points.
And for Kobe, people have always joked that he's a ball hog and only looks to score. Well, he's the only guy in the history of the league right now with 30,000 points to go along with 6,000 assists. So obviously gifted as a playmaker as well.
Golden State's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Paul's shot is off.
Outstanding perimeter defense there. That was a well-contested shot.
Yeah, and you know he takes a lot of pride in his defense. There are no easy threes if he's on you.
LeBron against George. It's LeBron with the drive, and he banks in the layup. 17 points in the game.
Created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Here's George.
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
I tell you what, I like that, though, guys. Some coaches might not want you to make a play like that, but I tell you what, when you got the skills like that, I say go for it.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. And it's James missing.
They'll probably let the clock wind down here.
Right on. I mean, no need to give the ball back before the end of the quarter in this situation.
Shots good by Anthony. 9 seconds left to play in the third. Carter kicks to James. Fires the three. That's in there. Carter with the assist. 20 points for LeBron. This game has a lot of character here in the third period.
Yeah, you know what, guys? I love seeing this type of action. A competitive, compelling matchup. A lot of lead changes here so far.
Yeah, 6 already. Intensity is the theme for this one.
All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play.
Hey, kid, you ready? All right.
San Antonio leading. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, we've got Davis. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Durant. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Paul in at the shooting guard position. Garnett the pass to Carter. Back to Garnett. 6 on the shot clock. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
San Antonio making a switch here. Ryan's checked in. Golden State also making some changes. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Durant. And it's Harden in for Chris Paul. And it's Wade penetrating. Offensive rebound. James uses both ends to slam it down.
And guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, his reputation. Clark grinding away, 100% effort all the time.
And Kevin, all that effort pays off. How many of those spectacular putback jams do we see from this guy? A bunch.
Out to Wade. From deep. Warriors with the rebound. Harden outside. From the arc. Back to Leonard. Puts up a 3. Cannot hit. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Davis against LeBron. Wade on the wing. And the dunk to finish it off. Beauty.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Boy, right down to the wire here, Clark. Still anyone's ball game.
Both teams really invested now. I mean, this is the type of game you love to win, and you'd hate to lose it.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
San Antonio calls timeout.
And guys, you talk about players who have that killer instinct. Russell Westbrook is right at the top of that list.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, Greg Popovich was just going over the plan with his team. They're getting outshot from the perimeter. He told them, we've got to close out faster on the outside shooters. These threes are killing us. Kevin, can they tighten their D?
All right, Doris, thanks. The Spurs making a switch here. Duncan's checked in. Here's James. And, he just jams it right over Dwight Howard. Oh, my goodness.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
Westbrook with a wide open look. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And that's now 19 points for Russell Westbrook. And you think, Greg, about Westbrook's killer instincts. You were alluding to that. It's very apparent at times. Players praise, and Clark, I think, fear him for just that characteristic alone.
Well, how about this, Kevin? Kobe Bryant said Westbrook has the same love for competition that he has. Whenever other guards are pulled, Westbrook is their worst matchup. And you've got to wonder just how big those points are going to be. A swing like that can decide a game.
And I wouldn't be surprised if it does. The steal there, as gutsy a play defensively as your corner see.
And finished off by LeBron.
Kevin, I tell you what, when he gets to the rim like that, he's really hard to stop.
Yeah, he can get up a few notches higher. There's no doubt.
And that's how the game is played on the inside. You can play over the top. You've got a great advantage.
Here's Durant. And it's sent back by O'Neal. 1:49 left in the fourth. And they double up James. Clock at 6. Duncan dishes to Wade. Here's James. Another one falls for San Antonio.
Hey, he's such a clutch shooter, Kevin. He just lives for the big shot.
The Warriors have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9.
How about the determination? Now that's what we call competing for a rebound.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wade.
Huge turnover there, and at a bad time, too. You have to value every possession.
Kevin Garnett is checked in for the Spurs. Iverson comes in for Kobe. Golden State also making some changes. Davis comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Steph Curry subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're losing by 2. 1:20 left in the fourth quarter. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for the Spurs. George is checked in for the Warriors. Westbrook comes in for Curry. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. For 3, Westbrook. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
And another lead change here. How many of these are we going to have tonight?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm willing to bet it'll be more than a few.
Back to Iverson from downtown. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. That's 10 points for Iverson.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range. Trading blows from behind the arc.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're leading by 2. 52 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. O'Neal kicks to James. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Westbrook against Iverson. With the shot. And it's Westbrook again missing. Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Now with the lead, I mean, now's the time to use the clock to your advantage. Take your time, milk the clock a little bit.
Paul George with the steal.
Oh, that's a tough pass to make there. He had a very narrow gap to squeeze it through and just couldn't get it done.
Somebody lit a fire under Kevin Durant.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Guys, untight. You've got to value the possession of the basketball.
Simply put, out of control is how they played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a two-point ball game.
Yeah, free throws put them in an excellent position to win this thing now. It's all in the hands of the D.
For three, Westbrook can't knock in the three. And now they foul and stop the clock.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
Taking 2 shots.
And he ends up making the second, and that makes it a 3-point lead. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Durant. Back to Westbrook. Here's Howard. Can't get it to fall. And so it's San Antonio who's straight by with the win. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as Clark, they continued to wait out until the very last.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James. He notched his season high, and his scoring really seemed to set the tempo for his team tonight.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
Well, he reminded us all of how dangerous he is as a slasher. He drove the lane time and time again and got points inside to show for it. An explosive, hard-charging performance. I loved it.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night. And we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.